Beautiful eyes, you lock me in your gaze, and try though I might, I cannot look away. You're not what I expected to find, and now I'm forgetting why I should run from your side. Yeah, one gentle kiss, the pain alleviates. Poisonous lips annihilate me, and every dream that I trade for this bliss. But who can resist? I'm starving alone in the wilderness. Beautiful distraction, keep me hypnotized, and I fall for the enemy. Powerless reaction, I am paralyzed, and now you get the best of me. Is there no one safe from your deceit and lies? I know I've been told this road isn't paved with gold, but I see it glitter now. I'm sold for the enemy. My hands are tied. You've captured your next slave, but it feels justified. I don't even try to break free, and now I'm blind to the truth at my side. That we win before we begin if we stand and fight. This beautiful distraction, keep me hypnotized, and I fall for the enemy. Powerless reaction, I am paralyzed, and now you get the best of me. Is there no one safe from your deceit and lies? I know I've been told this road isn't paved with gold, but I see it glitter now. I'm sold for myself. Ooh, we're going down, we're going down. Yeah, we're going down, we're going down. We're going down, we're going down. Na, 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 na. We're going down, we're going down. Beautiful distraction, keep me hypnotized, and I fall for the enemy. Powerless reaction, I am paralyzed, and now you get the best of me. Is there no one safe from your deceit and lies? I know I'm told this road isn't paved with gold, but I see it glitter now. I'm sold falling slow.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Let's get this show. Then up. There we go. Oh, hi, Asher. Good to see you. Oh man, yeah, I was kind of monitoring the games chat, see how things are there. I hope they saw my message with regards to the Adventurer's Backpack, mentioning the rune marks being in the Adventure Spellbook. And yeah, you kind of need the Adventurer's Backpack if you're going to have the rune mark class in there. Probably an important thing. But there's plenty of time for that. We'll see when that actually happens, what the plans are, what they're putting in there. And we got a rating coming. Possibly. What going? This was one of those days where figuring out what the hell I wanted to talk about was not coming easy because it's cold out there. Oh yeah, yeah. So it was nice getting the game in Sunday. Ran a little long. My audio is up and down. That's awesome. All right, let's try getting the microphone a little closer. I have a new device that I'm going to be installing. I didn't want to install it until this weekend because I didn't want to be messing with it, possibly having audio problems while I was, while I'm trying to stream. That's because that's always fun. There are times when I really think I should just take off the filters that I have on OBS because I think they're actually doing more harm than good. Trollord Games, welcome in everyone. Thank you so much for the raid. Good to see you all. I caught most of the stream. Lord Gazumba. Well, let's get some shout outs going because man, thank you so much for the resub. 17 months. Wow. Thank you so much, sir. Got Games, who are a sponsor of the channel. We do have a $10 digital product giveaway coupon for $10 towards any PDF from the Trollord Games site. Get Lord Gazumba's there. And of course, just as the raid comes in, we have an ad. It never fails. All right, so yeah, we are sponsored by Trollord Games, maker of Castles and Crusades, Amazing Adventures, and a number of other fine products, including I think Victorious, and there's another game that I'm forgetting. Hopefully, that we'll be seeing new printings of at some point. I do have them. I just it would be nice to get new things. And as you can see, today's stream is cold weather, conventions, fun and fundraisers. Oh my, because I mean, here around here, we just call this January. I'm up here in New Jersey, so yeah, it's supposed to be cold in January. The wind outside is ridiculous. We're not getting gusts of wind. Hey, Chris, good to see you, sir. GDTRFB 1995, one of my players in my campaign. Trollord Games, thank you so much for the subscription. 20 months in a row. Wow. Oh, getting to 2 years now. That's fantastic. Thank you so much. But right now, it's just one long continuous howl, which is really kind of unnerving, even up here. We're used to it being cold in January. We are used to, we are used to it being kind of brutal and the cold being vicious. And thank you so much. That's a heck of a list of people for 5 gift subs. Really, really, really appreciate it. Uh, and I know the rest of the country, all of you down south, I can't even imagine how you all are dealing with it. We're used to it up here. That's you know, that's it's one thing for it to happen here. It's another thing to happen when you're not used to the cold. So, all of you, please hang on. I would note, and I don't normally ask for it, but if somebody is willing to donate 100 bits, other than Lord Gazumba or Trollord Games, we can get a hype train going. Up to you. Again, I don't normally ask for these type of things. Yeah, Greg, the wind really was so strong. I believe it. I believe it. I kind of I was joking. Here's a good one for you. Um, Last night there was something banging around outside, and I was kind of thinking somebody's garbage can had gotten blown away and was hitting up against the either a wall or somebody's car or something. And I checked Facebook later this morning, and the mayor of our town, who likes to give updates when there's bad weather or things to be concerned, he's really really good actually about giving all kinds of updates. Was talking about the fact that he had to chase his garbage can down the street because it got blown away. Uh, so yeah, it's been cold here. I hope everybody's hanging on best they can. You know, be careful, especially if you're not used to driving in this weather. And I'll tell you what, I'm used to driving in snow. Driving in heavy winds around here can be scary because there are places where you can get, you know, there's a major road going southbound where you feel your car being pushed. And you're trying to make sure that you're staying in your lane because the wind is so vicious. Um, it's not a fun time. So, and plus, there's so many trees around here, branches falling. I'm gonna have all kind of branches in my backyard. Uh, stay safe, everyone. Stay as warm as you can. And those of you, if there are any of you who are, know or have people in Southern California, my heart goes out to you. I hope you're all able to stay safe, and I hope the people that you care about are safe because that is terrible what's going on out. Really, just unreal. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm not all that far from the Pennsylvania border. I'm not sure where in PA you are, but yeah, it's. I hear you. The cold and snow, January and February. Usually, I mean, we haven't. We haven't been getting much snow. Uh, we've had a few dustings, and I think at one point we had one snowfall where it was like 4 or 5 inches, and it was it was one of those things where it was snowing, and then it was like a warm day not too long after, and most of the snow was gone. Um, so we haven't had any real snowfall yet. Dirty Dwarf, good to see you. So with that in mind, let's talk about happier topics. Um, so yeah, we have things. There are things coming up. We just had on Sunday. We had our first Embers of Empire session of the year. Just happened this past Sunday. Um, it is currently on Twitch on my videos on demand on Twitch. I'll be getting that exported to my YouTube channel as soon as I can. I try to upload them in like twos and threes. I know I'm probably supposed to upload them one at a time, but nobody has time for that. I'll end up uploading them out of order. It doesn't work for me. Your brother drives long haul for UPS, Sacramento to New Jersey. Ooh, yee. That's not fun. It might be fun, sure, but that's just I love I love driving. I used to like driving more than I do now, but it's Tanya says it was a experience. For those of you who are wondering, Sanius is Dirty Dwarf's character in my Embers of Empire campaign. He likes to give out pamphlets. He's a paladin of Saint Cuthbert, and lots of makes for lots of interesting role play. And he had a really interesting experience this past session. So let's see, what do we have? Well, next week, the years really start to kick off next week. On I will not be actually. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be streaming next Thursday, because I will be next Thursday right after work. I will be headed down to Philadelphia for Page. I do have a badge for Page. I will not be running any games at Page. For those of you who are not aware, Page is the Philadelphia Area Gaming Expo. This is the second year. I did not attend last year. I decided that this year that I would attend, and I'm looking forward to seeing some people I know. I've got an interesting schedule. What do I got going on? Get that pulled up. But I will be playing in a bunch of games on Friday and Saturday. I think I'm staying till Sunday. Sunday I may drop in. If there's anybody I need to still see, any of the vendors or whatever, I might drop in, or I might just head straight home and take advantage of the quiet and get out of the area and have a full day at home to myself, because my dog will be Recording page. All right, so my schedule for page. Oh, nice. Yeah, I still need to figure out which type of elf for that character. It's funny. I have to go back and look at the difference between the high gray and sylvan elves. It's been a while since I've had that level of granularity to worry about. 2.5. Well, I'm assuming you're 2.5 hours. Are you 2.5 hours from Lake Erie? So, I'm assuming Lake Erie is what, northwest of you? Like, because I know where Erie, Pennsylvania is. I'm not sure where Lake Erie is. In comparison. Okay, all right. I have my brother lives down in Washington, PA. So I've been the length of PA several times, more than several, I should say. Uh, so, yeah. So Friday morning, I kick off Friday morning, with Lord Gazumba playing in Puppets and Then Some. That's going to be, oh man, that adventure is going to be. I'm sure that's going to be off the rails because it's one of those adventures that you kind of have to run it off the rails because it is kind of a joke, not a good adventure. I know Jay will make it good. I know that already, but it's an adventure that needs a lot of help. So I am looking forward to that. We're gonna have all kinds of fun with that one. Um, Kill it with fire. Oh man. Then I have a little break, and then comes the Gold Rush of Doom, which is with Valley Girl Heather, which is that's gonna be fun. Playing in Amazing Adventures. It'll be the first time that I actually get to play Amazing Adventures. I've run it. I've run it a couple of times. I've not yet had a chance to play it. So that's is Heather's last name Ashcroft? Ashcraft? If so, I did not know that. Very cool. Yeah, I like how GC. Which GC? The funny thing is, I'm still the only person currently listening to Heather's games. So if you're going to Page and you're not doing anything at between three and 7 on Friday, and you're at Page, sign up for Heather's game because I'd like that game to happen. And right now, unless she has players that are not on list, I am the only player currently listed. I'm beginning to get a little concerned that that's a theme. Lord Gazama mentioned the fact that we his son and one other player are playing in the what was a BattleTech game turned to AD&D. When it was a BattleTech game, I was the only player listed, which I'm telling you now. I mean, I don't mind. I love playing AD&D. Especially with J rank, but the fact that nobody wanted to play BattleTech, that's got to be people who don't understand what they would be, what they would be enjoying if they did play BattleTech. But listen, it's going to be AD&D. I'm perfectly fine with that. And of course, I did forget to turn it's messy. You can tell this is it's a professionally done, super professional program we have. I don't get what that's I don't get what that's about with nobody signing up for BattleTech because I was like, yeah, no, I'm jumping on that. Um, but I get to create a new character for the campaign, so it's all good. Then immediately after the hopefully running Amazing Adventures, I will be playing in a uh using the Greyheim Battles miniature rules with Joe Block, otherwise known as the Greyhawk Grognard. Will be doing the Battle of Emerity Meadows. which if you are a Greyhawk aficionado, you well recognize, you should recognize that name. It is, you know, it, he writes right in the description, one of the pivotal battles of Greyhawk. Absolutely. It is the battle that eventually would, is kind of the precursor to the events of the Temple of Elemental Evil adventure. Um, yeah, it as one of the players in that battle, normally in that BattleTech game, if you ever see Lord Gazumba is running the BattleTech game on a Saturday morning, um, tune in because the terrain alone is really cool, and it's always a good time as we're all trying to desperately stay alive. So, though we've had some pretty good luck lately. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's understandable. You've got 28 active groups. I've got one, and I technically, theoretically, I have three, but two of them are extremely hard to schedule. So, going to be looking for more players to bring in and create more groups, members of Empire. Um, so yeah, so the Battle of Emery Meadows, combined forces of good are on the march against the horde of elemental evil. Will good prevail, or will evil spread across the land? In the Greyheim battles miniature rules, uh, and I can honestly say that one I am not alone. Uh, yeah, Antiquitous is playing in that one with me. I'm not. Some of the names I kind of recognize, but I'm not entirely sure who they are. That's it, and that's it for my my Friday schedule. Granted, that's what, 9 hours or 10 hours of gaming. Greg Rage, thank you so much for the follow. Really appreciate it. Follower goal met. Oh, not. I didn't realize I had set a follow. Awesome. I guess I will have to reset the follow. Um, then on Saturday, my Saturday schedule is starts off with the aforementioned AD&D adventure with Gazumba, Dark Depths. A Greyhawk setting adventure, our heroes are tasked with exploring a caved-in section of a recently discovered mineshaft underneath ruins in the Lort Mill Mountains. What could possibly go wrong? Oh boy. Underground is uh oh, which of the groups ran? Was that the Bone Baddies, or okay, or was it or was it Nuclear Meat? Or was it or was it no? Or was it with Thursday Night Group? All right. Uh, oh, that's that should make. Oh wait, yeah, Nuclear Meat. Okay, all right. I think that for what it's worth, I think it's one of those Nuclear Meat sessions where I was not able to be present for the entire thing because I don't. Well, I might remember it as we're going along, but not that I know you'll change enough stuff up that isn't going to matter. Then there's a little quiet. And then at on Saturday from 4 to 5, Trollord Games and the Free City of Altamira. I did sign up for that panel because I am very, very invested in the publishing of the City of Altamira. Uh, Not the least of which is because I've heard rumors that there's going to be some new character classes, in there, and they're character classes that I'm desperate to get my hands on. I use them in my campaign, and plus, yeah, other TLG releases. Awesome, look forward to it. And plus, eh, it's never a bad thing to have more cities to add to your campaign, even if Altamira is a much further west, than I would do. Just being able to pluck ideas for things that to put in the city. Dungeon Mr. Ty, good to see you, sir. Thank you so much for dropping in. I hope you're I hope you're staying warm. I know. Actually, you're in one of the really normally cold areas at this point, aren't you? You're one of those areas that didn't need get help getting cold. Is you? It's just winter. Oh man. So yeah, there's that. I've got that. My Saturday schedule is very relaxed. I got a nice break, and then Saturday night I get to play in a game of Mothership. It's been unseasonably warm. Really, you're the lucky ones. If you want, I listen. More than happy to send you what we have here because we've got a wind tunnel outside. It's just howling. Just one long howl. It's not a wind gust. It's just blowing consecutively. It just ugh. Not fun out there. But yeah, no, I get to finish up in terms of scheduled games. A game of Mothership. For those of you who are not familiar, Mothership is um, basically science fiction horror game. You can. It's very flexible. It's pretty simple to run. I believe there's only like four character classes. Coco Bunny, good to see you. Thank you for stopping in. Um, it's it actually, and I've got. I keep forgetting. I should have. I know I have one for. Pretty sure I have one dungeon. Is. I just need to remember what it actually is. I am horrible with. What I did. Huh. I had to accidentally. I know I cleaned up a bit, and I think I accidentally, or I didn't know where to send it. Uh, I am looking forward to Good for Friday and Sunday morning for the fundraiser. Um, I should be. What time is the fundraiser? I mean, what time on Friday and Sunday morning? We talking 9 a.m. or earlier or okay? I can do. Yeah, I will find groups for Friday. It's probably easier 9 a.m. only because I might be able to convince a couple people, west of here to actually sign on for 9. Getting having them get up for 8 a.m. is rough. Ah, nice, excellent. All right, cool. Yeah, no, I'd be fine doing both Friday and Sunday morning. I might actually run an additional session. Uh, obviously not one of the promoter streams, but might run an additional session if I've got people who want to play but can't run in either of those time frames. But yeah, no, I will see who's available for those two time slots, and I will get games together. Um, all right, so let's see. So we're just finished talking about Page, and Mothership. It like I said, existential horror in space. You can run anything. You can do basically an aliens type game, Event Horizon. You name it. It's all good. It's a quick running game. Um, and there it even has its own little uh you know phone app for basically creating characters quickly. I believe there's four basic character classes, four character types. There is, like there's a marine type or military type. There's a scientist. There is kind of like the general ship worker or you know freight runner or whatever you want to call it. I forgot what the but it's a hell of a game. It's a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to playing that when it pays. Uh, so we were just talking, and as you just heard, I will be running at least 2 games. The I think it's the 3rd full weekend in February. Let me just um, no, well, it actually turns out it's the 4th full weekend in February. Because I think, Jay, you're starting off on the 20th on Thursday night. Well, actually, what am I doing? Wait, do this. Add image. It's going to be very large, and it's going to cover me, but that's fine. There we go. Uh, we have the 24-hour plus, basically we're going 24 hours straight, or 24 hours per day, going from Thursday night through Sunday, February 20th through the 23rd. Undead Tumult is the theme. So expect much undead. Probably much attempts to turn undead. Marquee Gaming. All right, excellent. That's nice to see the we hope they'll be joining us. We've got at the bottom. There's a whole list of the streams that will be joining us. Myself, Stronghold D&D, Darling Creep Show, Castle Entertainment, uh, Gary Con Live, Lord Gazumba, of course, as the organizer, Troll Lord Games, Guild Superior, Greyhawk Reborn, and Folk and Myth. Um, and we're raising for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. I think this is what the year 6 of it, Jay. I think it's year 6 because I know you started this. Is it 7th? Okay, 7th. Last year we raised $26,200 over the course of the weekend. We have managed to top the previous year every year of the every year of this fundraiser. Um, and we're looking to do it again. It is Greyhawk community, our way of giving back, and it's such an important cause, and whatever you can do to support the fundraiser. I know money can be tight, but just tune into the streams. Even if you can't, if you can't take the time to watch. If you can tune in and put in a lurk just to drive up numbers so we can get more visibility, so we can get more eyes on this and hopefully raise more money for this extremely important cause. Every bit of help that you can give counts. I know the various streams will be having giveaways. Um, there's also giveaways based on uh, you know, where you fall overall in terms of donations. So, we're all the possible incentives we can have for people giving, even just beyond just the sake of giving. Uh, you know, please join us, and we're looking to beat last year's number. It's a big number to hit. It's not going to be easy. But I think we can do it. The community just keeps on growing, and I hope you join us all. So again, February 20th through the 23rd, February 20th to Thursday night through Sunday, and I will be running games on the Friday morning. That'd be February 21st and February 23rd at 9 a.m. Eastern, and I will be looking for players for those games. Um, so yeah, I can't wait. This is one of my two favorite events. I've got well, this is one of my two favorite virtual events of the year, or this and Virtual Greyhawk Con are my big things. Virtual Greyhawk Con, just because it is a weekend of gaming dedicated to the world of Greyhawk, and it's an amazing amount of fun. And then, of course, this is giving back and working with all these wonderful fantastically talented people um, to raise money for a cause. I hope you'll join us, and we're gonna do our best, our level best to hit that number. So that brings us to February. Chuck, I'm going to look to you as far as for help for giveaways for that. If we hit, hopefully, if we're able to hit certain numbers. But I need to see what else I can do to see in terms of things that I can give away, because I'd like to be able to offer people uh, so, incentives, any incentives I can. Contributing. Um, that brings us, that brings us to the end of February. I'm hoping that the Righteous Hands, the most active of my groups, members of my campaign, will either be playing in one of those two scheduled games. If not, I might try to get a third game together with them. Um, and see, just keep running. But we will definitely have another Righteous Hands game sometime within the next month and a half, sometime before the end of February. There'll be at least one more session with them, if not two, because the story is just really, the story is just getting so good. I am loving the way the story is developing, and the way things are taking shape, and I'm looking forward to getting more people involved. Molly Hobbit, Scott was kind enough to join us for this past session, uh, and we'll see how it goes. Chad Van Wickman, good to see you. It is going well. We're staying warm here. We're discussing, we're just discussing page and then the fundraiser, and I'm looking for people. I'm going to be running a game on Friday morning and Sunday morning of the fundraiser, so I'll be looking for players. If you're free for either of those. Um, after that, then the next really big thing. It's hard to believe it. Gary Con is only 2 months and what? 2 months and 2 weeks, half months away. Um, you know, it's I can't wait. I know people are probably tired of hearing me saying it, but there's so many people. If you are ever looking to be part of both the TLG and the Greyhawk community, and get to know people, and really get to know people, and as more than just a face on the screen, you got to come to GaryCon. You really do. It is the place to be. Um, I know there's going to be some between just those two communities alone. There's going to be some 70 to 80 people that I know. Coco, I was so hoping you say that. Um, Excellent, awesome. We're gonna get. Like I said, we're gonna get you another character to add to the campaign, because I know Little Bird has been dealing with a lot of stuff, and your two characters. I like to keep your two characters together. They kind of feed off of each other. So we'll get you another character for the campaign to join in. But I love to have you in a game. Absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, so Gary Con, there, from the time walking the door to this, it's going to be just so much fun. Yeah, yes, Chuck, yes, she is. And it will. I mean, getting if you're a Troller Games aficionado, the trollers are all there. I mean, really, honestly, they are all pretty much uh between. Actually, pretty much bring everybody, because they'll end up having a booth. Steven and Davis are always wandering around. Chuck is wandering around. He's normally, especially if we have basically at this year, I think we've pretty much taken over one of the evergreen rooms. It used to be, the last few years it's been a mix of troller game, a lot of CNC and other troller game stuff, as well as some Pathfinder games. Chuck, correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's all us this year. Um, We do have Evergreen 3 to all to ourselves. Yeah, excellent. You guys are killing me though. So I'm running my Saturday game at 8 o'clock in the morning. Oh my god. Oh, oh man. Saturday is gonna be pain. So much pain. Uh, but hey, what the hell? I need sleep. I'll just come back and wander into the Saturday game. I'm not flying home. What do you call it, Mondays. So if I've got to just power through and then Sunday just rest, sleep for sleep for 10 hours on Sunday, I'll do it. Oh, we're gonna have a blast. I've got two 9 a.m. For those of you who are going to GaryCon, and if you do want to play some CNC, keep an eye out. I do have games scheduled for 9 a.m. on Thursday and Friday of GaryCon, and I have an 8 a.m. on Saturday of GaryCon. I believe they are titled Embers of Empire, but they are listed as Castles and Crusades. So if you can search by the actual game, you'll be able to find that. Should be able to find my games. But yeah, you will have characters that all these sessions are considered part of the my Embers of Empire campaign. So you will be affecting how the campaign evolves. Things that happen there will affect stuff later, and I will be taking note. I'm looking forward to. I am looking forward to meeting Dungeon Mister Ty in person at GaryCon because I'm going to get to play some Newer Varden, which is a new game that he and Erendipity have written and putting out. And I've been lucky enough to be one of the beta testers of the game, I guess you call it. Or yeah, and it was so much fun. Um, yeah, I'm interested in which character classes you're going to have as pre-gens because you know how much how much I love my little guy. For not the, mine's not one of the those chaos scrim, but my musical character Asgal class. I keep forgetting which one's because I think it's Asgar is the other. But yeah, it's gonna be so much fun. GaryCon is gonna be a blast. We're Lord Gazumba will be streaming, doing roundtable stuff. The be having lots of drinks. If not, probably not as much at the lounge area as we will in the actual bar. On basically past the restaurants. That tends to kind of taken over by us on most nights. So that's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. We're gonna have a really good time. I Yes, especially now that we're all over the initial awkwardness of meeting everyone. It's like, hey, old friends, good to see you all again. I still laugh at the fact that walking into the place and I'm hearing my name called. My name is wrong, so it's not like it's a and realizing that no, somebody's actually called. Where am I? But yeah, GaryCon is 2.5 months. I now have, as a matter of fact, I just finally got my airline tickets. I have my rental car is all set. So the only thing I have to do is decide how I'm getting to the airport, if I'm doing a car service, if I am driving myself. Um, 66 days, 5 hours, and 50. I love it. Well, you're getting. I think you're also getting there. Is that when you're arriving? Because I think you're getting there a couple of days before, or at least a day before I am. I will be there early. I will be there early on Wednesday. Um, I decided to in the name of comfort, I decided to take the early flight on Wednesday. So where I'm normally arriving at like 4 or 5 o'clock or so, um, Lake Geneva time, I will probably be there um around noon. Uh, Noon, maybe 1 o'clock. Uh, Possibly. I have to see what. But yeah, I will be there. Comparatively speaking, I will be there much earlier. Actually, no, now that I think about it, I think I'm gonna be there before. Yeah, okay. I mean, if it's listen, the good thing about driving is the fact that you're more in control of your own schedule, so, I I theoretically could drive it. I just it's a bit much. It's the biggest problem is the fact that there's a long area where I'm driving through nothing. Driving Route 80 from one end of Pennsylvania to the other is boring as hell. And honestly, once you get past Pennsylvania, it isn't much better. And then you have to go past Chicago. Eventually you end up having to go past Chicago. No one wants that hell. I've heard enough horror stories. So I'll take the 2-hour flight into Chicago and then the hour drive to Lake Geneva and call it a day. Are you staying or when are you coming back? When are you coming back? Are you leaving on Sunday or are you leaving on Monday? Depending on when you're oh, okay. How are you getting from the how are you getting from the airport? Are you renting a car or how are you getting from the airport to what do you call it? To the Oh, excellent. That's cool, Chuck. I kind of did that drive like I guess it's about a year and a half ago now because I went to visit friends in Michigan and I don't remember much about the drive out there other than Pennsylvania just taking damn long. And it really, I actually prefer driving from where I am down to the Pittsburgh area because it's more interesting. There's more changes in scenery. Oh, okay. All right. That's fine. If you've got a ride, that's fine. I was gonna say because if you're driving back, if you didn't have a ride back on Monday, you weren't sure how you're getting back on Monday. I would say I'd take you back to the airport, but that's fine. Cool, excellent. Always nice to have a designated a driver, a pocket driver. That's always a good thing. Yeah, Chicago. Chicago. I have a horror story that a friend of mine went through. I was talking about the last trip that I took, going to Michigan, and a friend of ours was going to the same place, coming from the other side, and had to drive around Chicago, and she got caught in the kind of traffic where I I got a phone call that was terrible because it was just she was just absolutely miserable. So I have no desire to deal with that, especially since that would be like 2/3 of the way through the trip, and I'd already be like, I've been in this car for too damn long already. All right, cool. Yeah, good to go. Let's just say for the drive back, you have a plan B. My flight is not until later on Monday, so I don't mind. I don't mind heading there earlier. I can always just go. Find a restaurant in the airport and or something, and to what do you call get myself settled and just relax. Have a few drinks or whatever. Especially if I've got especially if I have a car service and I don't have to worry about driving home. Um, I can have a few drinks and such before my flight. But yeah, teleport spells. Absolutely. Your flight back on Mondays at 10:15 a.m. All right. I will not rescind my offer. My offer will still stand. I'm hoping that you do not need plan B. I'm still willing to make the drive, and I will just find something to do in that area. But yeah, no, that's very very early. Oh, all right. Well, there you go then. Uh, So yeah, so there's GaryCon. It's going to be, things are already getting busy, and it's 2025. We're hitting the ground running. I'm hoping against hope that this year is a better year than last year. Personally, there were things that went well last year. Founders and Legends and GaryCon were fantastic last year. I'm hoping that I will have more energy to. Other than some of the side effects that still linger. I'm free of some of the issues I was having that kept me really intimidated for Founders and Legends, where I had to conserve energy and strength a lot because my breathing was all kinds of screwed up, and you know, it just made walking a mess last time. So there's some stuff I still need to work on, but I'm hoping that I will be able to participate more this year. Much as I participated last year, I want to. I I don't want to be sitting there missing things that I could have been at if I had if I had had the energy. So yeah, it's gonna be a great time. Let me ask anyone out there, or you have things that you're looking forward to? Is it Gary Con? If you're going to Gary Con and you have something you're particularly looking forward to, or if you're going to Page or TTRPGs in general, what's going on out there? I've got some time. No, I'm not going anywhere at the moment. Uh, I know Lord G is getting ready for his stream, so yeah, we'll be reading over there soon. And while I said that, I want to mention that we do have the giveaway going on. Right now, your odds of winning the giveaway are very, very good. It is a $10 coupon towards any digital product from the Troller Games website. Right now, we've got, with all the chatting, we've only got 2 entries. Really odd. Come on, people! It's not at and um Chuck. I want to say this so that there's a official representative of Troller Games here. When I say this, Uh, I was really, really happy to see the release of the new adventures and the fact that there's been a few new adventures. Exclamation point ticket. Yeah, you had it right the first time, Asher. You're entered. Because I think that is something that we needed more of, and having new adventures come out and go straight to the store. I've already bought Winter's Bite. Uh, I need to check which of the other ones are new ones that have just come out that I don't have. I know there's been I know there's been a few. Greg, you are in. Currently, I've got Roger, Greg, and Asher are my current entries. But yeah, I was excited to see the new adventure. I already downloaded it. And I'm waiting for. I also got the physical printing. Waiting for my hermit to arrive. Aha, honey Chuck. Oh brother. You're a wily one, sir. All right. Well, in that case, I've yet. I might have a few minutes to go, so we're going to try to have a new release week. Oh, okay. All right, okay, that's fine. Yeah, listen, that's cool. More content is good. We like to see more content. It'd be nice to have things to spend. I did manage to spend one that I had won on today. I had to wait a while, and sure enough, something came in with putting it in. Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, yeah. I know Kingsley is very hard at work on the Foundry stuff, so I'm looking forward to that. I need to start. I think it's time for me to start tinkering with it. I'm good with Owlbear Rodeo, and it actually kind of works for me. But uh, having having what do we call it this? what do you call it, CNC available in Foundry. And I was on the Kickstarter, so I'll be getting I'll be getting the digital stuff. It's time. It's time for me to learn how to use it. But that's what else? What Yeah, we're already started. The year is up and running, and I hope it's going to be a good year. I'm hoping to run more games other CNC. Um, I want to do some amazing adventure stuff. I am also working on. I'm gonna make. I'm holding off for now. But I think once once February is done with, I think I'm looking to resurrect Friday Night Crusade, which is a hell of a time for the Search P for Discord to on. Um, for those of you who are not aware, Friday Night Crusades was a game that I started a few years back. Um, it was initially started in another Discord, which I'm not going to mention here because I'm no longer associated with them. Um, but it was a game that I started where all you needed was the player's handbook and the ability to use Discord for listening. It's great if you could talk, but just listening. And it was a come when you can. Actually, that's kind of something I'm struggling with because I don't know if it's a good idea to have it Embers of Empire or not. I'm fiddling with the idea of going back to aired, but then I also have the problem where now have to suddenly study up on aired, which well, I have some thing. I've toyed with the idea of putting it like in Brundisium, which is kind of their version of Rome. Um, and it has a very very Roman feel to it. I don't know. Because if I do it Greyhawk, I really should put it in Embers of Empire, just because to be consistent. But then there's the question of I wouldn't want people using their I still want everybody to have their own characters, and it gets a little funky when you're talking about that kind of campaign and characters coming and going as they do. Um, I'd have to figure out how that would work. I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure. But this would be a Discord run game on Friday nights from 8 to 11, and it's all you need is the player's handbook uh, and the ability to listen in on Discord, preferably to be able to talk as well. You can roll dice however you want to. There will be guidelines for rolling characters, and when you're able to be there, you're there. If you're going to be late, late doesn't matter. Need to leave early, you leave early. If you suddenly can't show up for 5 weeks in a row, fine. You're still in. Whoever shows up that night goes. And you go go whenever you can as long as you can. And excuse to roll some dice. So there tends to be finish up my class weeks first and try to run a dwarf rune that rune mark class. Ooh, that's I want to so badly, but then I got a better look at the rune mark class and I realized that class needs a better. Um, I'm not even opposed to the runes themselves. It's the class needs to be fixed. The eidetic memory thing is just no. That there's a yeah, it needs to be tweaked. I need to replace it with something else. Um, and figure it out. Uh, if I do in Greyhawk, I will. One of the advantages of doing it in Greyhawk though is I can use it as a place to test out my Greyhawk classes that I'm going to start working. You've been you've been testing all the AB features, or okay. Yeah, but are you testing making changes to them or just running them as is? Because running them as is, there are some that I'm fine with. There are some that I will never allow in my game ever. Um, at least not unless it was a campaign specifically built around that particular class, because some of them they just don't fit. It's I there's some that are just utterly problematic. I'm okay with the primal druid, though I'm not crazy about the spell stealing thing with the primal druid. Um, yeah, well, I'm sure they went wild. It's been it going that there are classes in there that are broken, and there are classes that they're honestly, Chuck. One of my issues is there are classes in there that unless you build a campaign specifically to cater to that class, it doesn't work. Um, you know, you've got with the divine knight where it's a character you're playing basically an avatar of you know, granted they're not super, they're not really true avatar level powerful. They're effectively playing the avatar of a god. You know, I mean that's a character that basically cries out main characters. I don't know how it works for that as a player character. Um, Ethereal Knight, there you know, it's the kind of thing where you have to you almost have to willingly be willing to screw with the player on against their abilities, which is something I'm not fond. You know, because the ethereal, the inner shift thing that they have, can really just subvert a lot of stuff in a dungeon, and I don't want to have things specifically there to mess with the character so that it feels like I'm punishing them for using abilities in the character class. The archer, I'm okay. I'm okay with the archer. The initiative bonus uh, is fine because it's only the first time. Um, the okay, I think I'm more or less okay with the warrior priest. You're the only person I've ever had play a warrior priest in my game, so if there's an issue with it, I haven't really lost it yet. Um, but which other? I think the pacer is one of those ones where I found it to be interesting, but again, it kind of needs a specific type of campaign for the pacer to really be effective. I think it's the pacer. I might be mixing up. Then there's the was it arcane thief, or it might be magic. I don't remember which one. Arcane thief or magic user, whatever it is. Where yeah, you really need to be able to steal. Really need to be able to steal. Have the ability to steal spells on the regular. Otherwise, the class is severely underpowered. And if they're able to steal spells on the regular, class can be severely overpowered depending. Yeah, I had that feeling, Asher. It didn't seem like it was a bad class. Um, yeah, I don't know the adventurous backpack classes as they are. Unfortunately, I love that there are more classes, but for a regular campaign like mine, a lot of them just they really just. All right, so Jay is up and running. Um, about to have a giveaway. Uh, exclamation point ticket to enter right now. Again, they're if you haven't entered, watching, please enter. Otherwise, I'm going to be closing this momentarily. Going to set up the raid. And we are going to go to the stream ending screen that I keep forgetting to use. Uh, at which point I will close the giveaway and oh, all right, we are closing the giveaway. Drawing a winner. All right, congratulations. Uh, Greg, I'm assuming you're in the TLG district, right? Thanks again. Thank you, Chuck. If Greg, if not, you can catch me on Discord at Phantom NJ. Yeah, Greg, you you're the one. You won the giveaway. Otherwise, I can whisper the product coupon to you here. In they call it in a Twitch whisper. Either way, I'm fine with it. But we do have 12 views ready to raid, so I thank you everyone, and I will well actually I may try to run another stream at some other point next week. Otherwise, I will see you in 2 weeks. Bye now.